Let's get your work published. Are you an aspiring writer hoping to get your work published? In this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips, and if you stay until the end, I'll give you one additional tip that helps you get your work published in reputable magazines and get your work recognized by magazine editors. I really just want to make this video a casual chat because I don't want this to be too professional. Your best friend who's a writer is giving you tips to get your work published. In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how you can get your work published, how to showcase your skills, and how you can network so that you can meet the right people at the right place at the right time. My name is Mona. I studied journalism in London, and I've worked in communications in the NHS previously, while also working with Garage Magazine, Mess and Debut Magazine, and recently being published within Cosmopolitan UK. I've had my work published in multiple print and digital magazines with over 10 years of experience for writing for lifestyle and fashion publications. Okay, so first and foremost, I think it's important to create a portfolio. I was actually quite lucky because I studied journalism for 4 years. So in terms of a portfolio, so in my undergraduate course, we had to create a magazine. I created a PDF version of our magazine, and I sent it out to potential editors, potential magazines, so potential publications or magazines that would want to publish my content. It had samples of my content, mostly long form, which I'd done over a year. Another great way to showcase your skills and your writing is through Substack. Now, I would really highly recommend Substack. I've actually started my own Substack account, which if you'd like to subscribe to, I'll add a link below so you guys can get weekly content. It's a really amazing platform for a lot of aspiring writers specifically. Their functions are really great because you can create a newsletter as well with Substack. And there is a former Cosmopolitan and Elle editor, Farah Store. She's the head of partnerships for Substack within the UK, and she's got a Substack and it's amazing, and some of the content that she puts out there is really amazing, and she also does master classes, so that's something extra for you guys. So I actually started off with a blog. I unfortunately wasn't able to monetize it, but it was really good at helping me getting other jobs. So I would publish maybe once a week. It also helped me get into shows at London Fashion Week, and it was a great platform for other people to see what I could do when I didn't have anything published. I personally use Squarespace now for my website, and my website is under construction. I'm redoing the entire website, so hopefully you'll be able to see what additional things I've done since I created the website. But Squarespace has been pretty simple. You don't need to learn any coding or anything like that. You can click and drag. There's also a newsletter. There's lots of options to market your content. There's a blog section. This is not an ad, but hopefully in the future we'll get Squarespace to sponsor my videos. So yeah, I think it's a great platform for you aspiring writers and anyone who wants to get their work published. Start a website and start a blog. You can also create just a PDF, and you can do cold emailing to editors and magazines and any other digital platforms, and you can send them your content in a PDF version, and you could, that could be an easier way if you want to keep it quite simple. One of the photographers I worked with, Duncan Nicholas, is a great photographer. We had a brief conversation. I just wanted to find out a little bit more about how he works freelance. He sent his marketing and promotion material out to agencies. The only thing is, for writers and aspiring writers, there's barely any agencies that will work with writers unless you've already worked with Hearst or Condé Nast, and they usually take you on just because they know that the ROI is going to be really high. There's actually this great line from the book that I'm reading currently. It's by Stephen King, and it's called On Writing. motivation for all of you aspiring writers out there. I remember being very nervous sending out my first portfolio to magazines, but I still encourage that you do it. You will always get some sort of feedback. The worst thing that will happen is you will get rejected and then you can just apply somewhere else. So I would just say master up the courage and just send your content. Tip number 2, organize, organize, organize. I cannot stress how important it is for creative people to organize their desk areas, organize their digital clutter, organize their physical clutter. It makes a hell of a lot of difference. So what I usually do is I create a master list at the beginning of the year and I write down all the magazines that I would like to contribute to. I write down the editors' names and I write down the contact details. I send cold emails to all the editors, all my contacts on that list, and hopefully I get some replies back. I actually use Excel because I feel like there's more functions within Excel. This drop-down menu, it just organizes your content quite well. It's just easy to track. The other program I would recommend is that you use Notion. It does take some time. You do need to take a couple of hours or maybe a couple of days just to get up to date with everything. But I think once you do actually get up to date with all the functions and functionalities of tables and Notion, it can actually be quite easy. I just personally like to use Excel because I've been trained on it before and it just comes a little bit easier to me. And please send me an email or just comment below that you're interested in getting a template so I can create you a free template which you can download and use for yourself. Thank you, Marie Kondo. I actually struggled a lot with digital clutter in the past, but with the help of this book has been life-changing for me. Marie Kondo, Joy at Work, was one of the best books that I bought. It does actually help you declutter and relax your mind. If you're struggling with organizing your digital clutter or organizing your folders, or organizing your digital folders and how to organize your content, I would highly recommend Joy at Work. What I really loved about the book is the case studies. So a lot of people who actually went through the tidying process of their physical and digital clutter, especially at work, actually found out that, they didn't want that job and they were happy with what it taught them and they were happy to move on, and other people actually excelled and became more efficient at their work. So I think if you're struggling and you kind of had that brain fog and you want to write and nobody's really replying back to you, I would say invest in a quick digital clutter, organize everything, and then see where it takes you from there. I think it goes without saying that any aspiring writer should really be on Instagram. I think it's such a good platform for aspiring writers to be on. It really gives you the exposure that you're looking for. I think it's really helpful in getting your work shown to the wider public and professionals within the industry. One of the best things you can do for your career as an aspiring writer is follow editors. So if you're looking to get published in Vogue, follow the feature editors, follow digital editors. What they do on Instagram is actually really helpful. On their stories or on their posts, they usually tell you whether the magazine or publication is looking for any new writers, any contributors. A great way to get your work published is to be featured in somebody else's article. I was actually following the Cosmopolitan features editor and I saw in her stories that she was looking for people to contribute to her article, and I sent her a quick message and she was happy to get back to me. I added some additional words onto her feature. This was actually really fun. It really makes me happy that I've written something that people enjoy reading. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that I've given some sort of value to aspiring writers who want to get their work published within magazines, and hopefully you can take something out of this. Subscribe to my channel and hit that like button so I can help you aspiring writers get your work published.